humans don't necessarily know how to make decisions that are going to better themselves in the long run. Ignorance is abundant, and I think it needs to be on the decline. And I think that's a healthy relationship with God is, do you know for a fact that he's real? No, you don't. Turn it up. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Good? All right, sweet. What's going on, guys? Episode 3 of The Rift. We're here, back. It is now a, Wednesday we're recording today?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Wednesday, so recording this. We're getting it early because actually it's Memorial Day this weekend, and I got places to be, things to do. Actually going to the lake this weekend, which is going to be nice. Trying to chill. It's actually coming. Summertime's officially here. If you don't have your summer bod ready, what are you doing? Get in shape, get fit. Hopefully, guys, if you haven't yet watched Wednesday, it's today's video. I guess this is coming out Friday, so go watch Wednesday's video of last week. Should be on fitness and health and how to improve your fitness and health for yourself. That's my video that came out, basically ensuring that during summertime, how you're going to stay fit, how you're going to get a six-pack, get lean without going through all the craziness, all the madness that's, the diet, all that stuff. You just a lifestyle change. Just change it, simple, easy. Go check that video out. Otherwise, guys, we want to get in it today because we just came from the mall, okay? In the mall, we're here, Dallas-Fort Worth area. We basically, since it's Memorial Day weekend, we want to go get some jet skis, okay? So we're driving up, go and check out this jet ski place, but it's lunchtime, so we want to stop in the usual Panda Express. Okay, we really have two options that we go to, right?
Panda and Chipotle.
Yeah, Panda and Chipotle, dude, because the thing is, it's fast, it's easy, we know exactly what we're getting. The only thing is, they do have seed oils, so that's just one, it's a major downfall, it is. I hate seed oils, and I rarely hate anything, but that particularly, it does grind my gears. But it's something that I got to give up because, guys, we're trying to produce content for you. We're trying to give you the most value possible, and with that, we can't be cooking all the time. But we need our protein because we got to get the gains, okay? So we went to Panda Express. Well, this one, you just plug it into maps and you go to the area. Turns out this one was in the mall. Well, malls are not my favorite, okay, because really, I mean, for me, it's just kind of like a waste of time. You spend money. I don't really like spending money unless it's on assets and things that appreciate in value. Everything in the mall depreciates in value as well. It's just like not a happy place. It's just concrete, like, I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of it, but I'm like, all right, you know what? We need to eat. We're about to go get some jet skis. Let's just grab a bite to eat. So we walk in there, walking around, and, just checking out the place. Turns out what was that video game deal?
It was like I wouldn't even call it an arcade. It was like monitors, probably 50 monitors set up. Each one had their own PC. It was like a little, like they hosted tournaments and stuff there. I think it was like you can go in there just play on PC. If you don't have a PC, you can't afford a PC. For
real, I haven't seen this before. At first I thought, well, heck, it was kind of a cool deal. Like, whenever I was big into video games, which I'm not anymore, but when I was like, that'd be kind of be cool. But then I started thinking about it, and I looked in there, and it was empty. There wasn't. Had to be 50 TVs, computer monitors, all that stuff, and it was empty. Even and granted, this isn't on a Monday. It was 1-2 o'clock, right? So people are working, but you go into other stores, and even the ones that are like, it's like pots. You go buy pots and pans. Like, why would you even be in there? There's like 3 or 4 people in there. Okay, so this one's dead. It's the only store that's just dead empty. And I'm like, okay, well, that was just another thing. But I know that's on tangent, okay? We're talking about the mall, all right? So we go in the mall. We go get our Panda. And turns out there's a guy that actually gave us a better deal. Had some more protein, so we got hooked up on that. And we're sitting there, and there's this merry-go-round right beside us, just going, like a typical one with ponies and unicorns and all these things, just going around in circles. And me and Parker are eating. I just posted a picture or something on social media, and we're looking around, and man, both of us just looked at each other. Like, is this depressing? And Parker's like, what'd you say?
We were sitting there eating, and I was like looking over at this merry-go-round. There was this mom and daughter. Like the daughter was riding the little pony, and she's sitting there. The daughter looked all happy, and the mom just had this plain expression on her face. And I was like, that's like kind of like, it just made me sad. And I was like, as soon as I look over at Jake, I was about to say it, and Jake's like, is it kind of depressing in here? And I was like, dude, I was just about to say that.
Like it was just like, oh, I mean, I was just felt sad for everyone that was in that mall, because I don't think they understood or realized what they were doing. Like, it was really like, if you ever seen that video of the rat race, right, where it was a great video. Maybe we could put a link or maybe play like a clip from it right there. But essentially, it's about humans and urbanization and the way that we live today, how it's not how we should be living, right? We're stuck in this monotonous, constant, keeping up with the Joneses pace that isn't what we should be doing as humans. To be happy, right, which I don't necessarily believe in achieving happiness, but that's what people think, and they strive for happiness, and everything that they do, they're looking to be happy instead of just being. Instead of just flowing with the world and being able to live your life, working hard, doing things to help other people. They want their own happiness in themselves. And with that, they seek out these small little pleasures in life, like buying clothes at Forever 21 or whatever it may be, going to Panda Express because the orange chicken tastes good, right? Playing on this merry-go-round with their kid that just goes round and round in circles because it's bright colors with unicorns. Right? And it was just like very, very eye-opening and once again depressing. Even the sound. Even the sound and the people looking around. It's just like the world that we live in today is not what we should be as humans. It's almost like WALL-E. You remember that movie?
oh yeah.
It's almost like WALL-E, where you look at that like it's future. That is our future, right? If you've ever seen the movie WALL-E, it's a Pixar film. I used to not like it very much, but now I'm starting to understand. As I've grown older, I'm starting to understand the basis behind it and how that really is what we're moving towards. And I think it's inevitable. I think as AI is taking over and as really where we're going as a species, I think that humans don't necessarily know how to make decisions that are going to better themselves in the long run unless they really, truly understand and grow on their knowledge and ability to learn, okay? Because if you just be a human, you want the easiest way of life to survive, right? As a human being, your simplest, down to a simplest form, you need food, water, and shelter. And if you have those three things available and at abundance, then you are going to survive, and then you are going to pass on your DNA to the next generation, and that will survive. Because really, that's what we're doing, is we're continuing to pass our DNA down the generations to continue to let that grow. Well, that's from a physical standpoint. From a philosophical standpoint, I think humans are a lot more, right? And I'm religious. Parker's religious as well, and we both believe in a higher being. Personally, we are Christians. I don't necessarily think you have to be Christian. Obviously, I believe that's a great religion that you can choose for yourself. But for me, I think following some sort of religion is important because you're not going to be just living that rat race. You're not going to be living to pass your DNA to the next generation. You're living for other people, and you're living for a divine purpose for yourself and for others. And through that purpose, you are then fulfilling yourself and finding fulfillment. Because without fulfillment, what do you have? You have nothing. And that's one of the things is atheism. And that's becoming abundant in our society today. I bet a lot of those people in the mall probably atheist. Wouldn't you agree?
I think there's a lot more atheists walking around than you know there are. But
than you know, which for me, I mean, there's been times when I've dabbled in that where I'm like, because I think that's a healthy relationship with God is, do you know for a fact that he's real? No, you don't. For 100% fact, do you know? No, unless you actively search out and find him for yourself, right? I think you can go out and you can actually find and actually come to a realization for yourself that he is. But if you don't actively search for that, then you won't ever find it, right? Same like looking needle in a haystack. If you never look for the needle, you won't find it in the haystack, right? You have to actively search for that. And if you're an atheist and that's your label that you put on yourself, that you will never believe in a God, then you're not going to look for it. Then you'll never find it, right? And so I think it's important for people to have some sort of religion to look for and to grow in, because then they'll find that fulfillment. Spirituality is one of the 4 pillars of man and like what you need in life. And there's a great book called Hard Times Create Strong Men. Okay, and Hard Times Create Strong Men, it was written by a guy who unfortunately passed away, and it was for unparticular causes, but that's for a different time. Really what he talks about is that how a higher being in spirituality, if you're missing that from your life, then you're not fully living a fulfilled life, right? And so, I mean, that's something that I'm passionate about, because I think everyone does need that to find a fulfilled life, and atheism is not the best for really anybody. So I just actively like search out that, start looking for something with that, start looking for that needle in that haystack. I think that's important. But another thing was when we were in that mall, after finding, unfortunately, a very depressive state and finding ourselves looking into the outside world and what else there is, I started thinking money, because we saw that that arcade, Xbox, computer place, whatever it was. We saw that place, and I always have money on my mind. Okay, I'm always thinking about just how to make more money and what's the best ways to go about life, and how do other people make money. Everything that I'm doing, because it's health, wealth, relationships, right? Those are 3 pillars in life that you need to have intact. And with wealth, that's what I'm currently working on right now. I'm trying to improve myself on. So I'm figuring out what's the best way. Well, I'm a real estate agent. I'm in commercial real estate specifically. My commercial real estate's more of industrial style, right? So we're talking about numbered games. So I'm talking about you have a big property like a mall, and you need tenants to be inside of that mall. I don't care what the tenants are, so long as their business is going to last a long while. Okay, so Forever 21, for instance, brought that up a little bit ago. They make some money, right? They're a good tenant to bring into a mall, because people come in, they spend money there. They are then able to pay their rent. Then we're able to make money as real estate agents, because we have landlords that hold those tenants in there, right? Well, I'm thinking there's different companies now, a lot of e-commerce companies, right? Electric? Are we talking about electric vehicles earlier? No, e-commerce companies that are online, right? E-commerce being LA Fitness. Not LA Fitness.
Young LA.
Young LA. That's what we're talking about. Okay. E-commerce being Young LA, right? Another one being Gymshark. Like, does Gymshark even have a physical location?
Maybe in some gyms, but I don't think like an actual for just their clothes. No.
Dude, and everywhere it's popping up. Like, physical locations are not. I mean, like I said, Forever 21. Like, have you ever shopped on that online? So, there's 2 ways that could go about commercial real estate. The one being it's gonna vanish. It's gonna be gone. People are gonna stop going to malls. Just like playing video games at home is more enjoyable than going to that mall and playing video games there. It may switch to where shopping at home and the experience of home shopping may be more inclusive, or bring you in a little bit more, maybe drawn to that in a different way than you do when you shop physically. Or those e-commerce websites that are built out right now are going to shift into malls. And so you're going to have Gymshark taking over Forever 21. You're going to have Young LA, going in and taking out, likely Nike or Under Armour or any of those companies, right? You'll see that shift because, when's the last time you shopped at a Journeys?
That's all. I feel like, because even in the mall today, like, there weren't just a ton of young people. Most of them were older people with like really young kids.
Yeah.
I think most younger people are transitioning to online shopping.
Transitioning. So I see in the next 20 years, I'm like, would I want to invest in a mall? Is commercial real estate dying? And with that, the question is there. Is there an answer? No. Is there an assumption that can be made? Likely. Am I going to put my money into commercial real estate? No. Because I think residential real estate, you're always going to need food, water, and shelter, right? 3 basics, essentials to living, just surviving as a human. Shelter is in that. Shelter is real estate, residential real estate, not talking commercial real estate. So my money is going into residential real estate, and I think that's important. Where my clients put their money is up to them. My recommendation, if you guys are trying to get into real estate and you're trying to build and grow your wealth, try residential, man. Go out, find a single family home, buy it, rehab it, then rent it out. And then that'll actually be able to provide you a solid income. Right now, the way interest rates are, you're not going to be able to make money with that, but you'll be able to have your cash in an asset that's appreciating in value, right? So with that, you can then have a stable, constant flow. Maybe you're losing $200 a month, $300 a month. Do a side hustle. Heck, with a little quick side hustle, you can pay that off pretty easily, right? And then in the end, you're going to have an asset that appreciated in value that you can sell, and you're going to make a ton of money on it. Or rents are going to go up because people are going to have places to live. I think the United States is going to continue to grow in population, not decline. I think Japan has recently started declining in population. I don't think the United States is anywhere close to that because of the abundance of land that we have. But obviously, pick your area pick the area that you want to pick, that you have a good idea. Like likely you don't want to go into New York City, right? I don't think that would be a great spot, nor LA. Try to find places that are expanding. Right now, currently, it's going to be Texas, it's going to be Tennessee, it's going to be Florida, but that's kind of a different topic. And like I said, we talked about that on Wednesday. More about health, wealth, relationships. Here in the Rift, that's what we talk about. It's what I bring in because that's what I want to promote, because I want you guys to get the best value out of these podcasts, out of these videos that we produce, because ignorance is abundance, and I think it needs to be on the decline. I think you guys need education, so that's why we make these podcasts. That's why we make these videos, and really and truly, that's going to wrap up this podcast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and appreciated it. If you did, go ahead and leave us a comment down below. Tell us what you thought about it. What is your thoughts on commercial real estate? What is your thoughts on depression, where we're at with malls and just the rat race, right? What that is. And otherwise, guys, if you really did and you want to see another episode, it should be out, like I said, every Monday and Friday. We're popping those out. So if you guys enjoyed, go ahead, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And guys, we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.